and you keep moving further and further and further away from what it is that you actually want, and you've got lots of fears and constraints and anger and setback and all sorts of things that are actually not truly you, okay? Because a higher vibration source energy is not fear, worry, anger, and all of these kind of programs. You're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how to start shifting this. And the crazy thing that happens is, what you guys may not know is that most of these blocks were imprinted from the age of 0 to 7. In my experience, when I'm working on clients and they said, hey, Christie, I was working on myself for 20 years and I couldn't find this stuff and it would never clear. Well, it's because somewhere they weren't finding the root underlying pattern that was programmed into them from the age of 0 to 7. When you're a baby, you're learning how to be a people. And by learning how to be a people, you mimic everyone around you because you want love, you want nourishment, you want care. So if you're like the people around you, they will help you get more of what you want. You're learning how to be a people. You're learning to, hey, if I'm kind of like mom or dad, they'll love me more, they'll help me, they'll feed me, they'll clothe me, they'll take care of me. And by using the interesting brain waves that happen in a baby, the theta brain wave, you start duplicating your whole environment. Now, if your mom and dad are strapped for cash when you're growing up, you're going to be strapped for cash, later in life probably, because you duplicated that energetic pattern, okay? Or if your mom and dad were always arguing about money, well, you might attract a mate that you always argue about money. It's really fascinating how this stuff works. Another funny thing that I see with people is they say, I'm going to be happy when I get a new job, or I'm going to be happy when I retire, or I'm going to be happy when, and part of that story keeps putting your happiness in the future, and you never actually manifest it in the now moment. Okay, so these fear-based agendas are really sucking away your life force and putting your happiness somewhere else, okay? And I want to help you move into a very grateful place. I'm really lucky, again, that I figured this out because, again, it's really fun to me to be on this webinar right now, teaching these things and helping you guys manifest some really cool ways of being and some new things in your life. It's very, very fun to me. I like to give you kind of a visual example. I want you to imagine, and I talk about this in my Love or Above program, a scale of enlightenment. And at the top of the scale of 0 to 1,000 is total enlightenment. So this is where Jesus or a Buddha or, one of those enlightened masters might be hanging out at that level on the scale of enlightenment. And at the scale of 500 is the vibration of love, okay? And I always say to people, if you're living from the energy of love or above, like you're on your path, right? Because you're playing in the energy of love and joyfulness and freedom, all right? And you all know that feeling, okay? When you think of somebody you love, or you think of a pet that you love, or or you think of getting on your Harley Davidson and feeling your freedom, whatever it is, it's, peace, love, fun, joy. Now, when you go to work every day, do you feel that energy? Okay? Because a lot of people, when they go to work, they feel the lower vibration, less than love. They're going to work, they're thinking about paying the bills, they're not very happy, they're just thinking about all the tasks they have to do and where they got to be. And it's rush, 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 and stress, 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 and fear, guilt, worry, shame, anger, frustration, misery, discomfort, right? And if you're listening and that's the vibe that you feel kind of on a daily basis when you're thinking about your job, Um, that's got to shift somewhere. Again, I don't think that you can just shove it under the rug your whole life and not really clear your abundance blocks, because the universe is going to keep showing them to you as a love gift, so you actually go out and clear them. I have helped people who would rather die than go to work anymore. Like, that's literally what their energy said when I looked into it. When I looked into their energy and I said to them out loud, I go, you would rather die than go to work anymore. And they go, yeah, I can't take it anymore. Okay, and I'm like, well, let's shift that. Let's fix the story. Let's start with step one is let's fix the story that you don't think you can get a better job. And I go on from there and help them. I first delivered unlimited abundance to only a small group of people live, and I recorded it. And one of those people in that group was named Roman. And he changed his life in 12 weeks by doing my abundance course. He was in a dead-end job. He didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't actually know what he wanted to do. And by working with clearing his blocks and doing the course, he realized he had cut off his abundance flow. He was thinking that his current job was his only choice. So he cleared a bunch of beliefs that he had around jobs and about what he wanted to do for a living. And in a moment, I'm going to teach you guys the same exact thing that I taught Roman. And the next thing you know, he applied for a bunch of other careers. Okay? He just said, Christie, I just decided to send out a bunch of resumes. And what I got back in only a few weeks was 3 job offers. He said, I took one of them that gave me a raise and a $5,000 signing bonus. And he goes, I made an extra $20,000 in under 12 weeks. And he even said the best part about it is because a lot of these beliefs and programs came from my parents when I was clearing all this money stuff and this abundance stuff, that I actually now get along with my parents. They don't push my buttons anymore. And I changed apartments, and he changed a whole bunch of things in his life. And he goes, and I'm really clear about what my life purpose is. I mean, if you really think about it, 12 weeks, okay? That is really quick, just by shifting some abundance blocks. He cleared some stuck energy. He deleted some stories, and look what happened. I had another woman who was on welfare, and she was gifted the program by somebody, and in the 12 weeks, she got off of welfare. So here's the deal, okay? I've shared a few stories, but I have, in working with so many clients, I have seen thousands of ways that we all block our wealth and our abundance. And these stories and these imprinting and these programmed patterns about wealth and abundance can block the very thing that you're trying to create in your field of energy. I believe that if everyone changed these, there would never really be a money issue ever again. And I can prove this a little bit further. Let's look at the belief or the idea that thoughts are things. If I had told you earlier that your love for money is good and you knew that it was your birthright to have money and to energetically resonate with money and to love money, your energy is vibrating at what I call love or above. And quantum physics says that if you look at something, you change how the energy behaves. So if you consider the idea that loving money is good, then when you love money, according to quantum physics, it acts like a magnet to bring you more money. But, and there is a big but here, you also have competing thoughts that are unconscious to you that are also kind of vibrating there. And they act like the barrier, and you might not even know that they're programmed in there, and they're there. I call them cross purposes, okay? And so these get programmed in from your mom, dad, society, teachers, authority figures, religious figures, and on and on and on and on. And we take them in because we love mom and dad, and we want to be like them, and we want them to love us back. But the thing is all of